and welcome to the Doomsayers. Hi, I will be your lovely MC for these preceding evenings. With that in mind, we've got a great show, but first and foremost, who are these handsome deities? Well, let's start off with the lovely Kai. Kai, introduce yourself, and who are you going to be playing?
Hi everybody, I'm Kai. I use he, they, and she pronouns, and I'm here playing Merrick, sometimes known as the Hungry Wolf, who uses he, him pronouns.
Hungry like a wolf, I get that reference. With that, next up, we have the lovely Calamity.
Hello, I am Calamity. My pronouns are she, they, and today I'll be playing Mallory, whose pronouns are she, her. She is tired.
Mama's tired. We get that. That's a mood. With that, last but not least, Val, introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Valiant Dorian. I use he, him, his pronouns, and tonight I have the distinct pleasure of playing the Breaker of Horses, the Prince of Troy, Hector, who uses he, him pronouns.
Hector! We love to see it. With that, last but not least, you got little old me. Hi everyone, my name is Chris. I am the owner here over on Taíno Tales, and I'm excited for this lovely tale. Before we start, a couple quick things. First and foremost, content warnings. If you type in the chat !Doom CW, you will see the content warnings for this series in particular. If you missed it, it follows as such. We got, for the content warnings, fantasy violence, apocalypse, romance and references to sexual entanglements, monsters and monstrosities, severe weather, blood, real-world religions, familiar struggles, trauma, McCarthyism, mind and memory manipulation, depictions of kidnapping, crime and sort of supernatural entities, mythological elements, and murder. If none of this floats your boat, there's a plethora of wonderful content out there for you to enjoy. And in case you want to follow any of these lovely folks, or myself included, or the lovely individual we have behind the screen, the lovely Draconic Strax, you can type !Doomcast to see where their socials are. Lovely. I think, Doomsayers, that's everything. So, with that in mind, are we ready to get started?
Let's go!
Let's go.
We love to see it, but I think if we're going to start this off, we got to do it proper. So please, behind the screens, let's show everybody the intro.
December 31st, 1987. The city is in a hustle and bustle unlike anything we have experienced before. They call this place New Promethia, a city of reinvention. By day, the mortals go to and from their places of work and enjoy the little splendors of this weird century. But the true nature of this rotten city plays out in its ever-shifting underworld that seems to have no end in sight. Mortals believe that they are in control, and that they are the apex of what humanity has to offer, but they are blind to the truth, as this city is not run by mortals, but by the gods. just war pitch these creatures against one another and whether wipe them from existence as they so justly deserve. Instead, the survivors of this cataclysmic war form this city as a last-ditch effort to retain what little power they had left. And for years, they are fed on the belief that these foolish mortals give. Like parasites. But this travesty will end, as tonight we will claim vengeance for the crimes committed against the innocent, the godless, and the rageful. These gods have forgotten what it means to feel fear, to feel death. But we will be their oracles. We will be there.
We open up in a dark room where the sound of the outside snow pitter-patters against the large, Gothic-like windows, overlooking the other buildings and tall skyscrapers that make up the image of this modern city. As it is a beautiful, crisp, white night, snow everywhere you can see. Very different than what has happened. But as the night kind of draws away and morning begins to come up, there is no light to be found here. The camera shifts through the halls of the highest tall scraper here into its hall. A little bit of a mix of Art Deco with a bit of a modern twist. And we find ourselves in a large dome-like room. We can't see anything except for 3 multicolored spotlights that shine on 3 podiums. And soon a booming voice calls for the accused to stand. And one by one, each of our individuals pull up. Merrick, starting off with you, what do you look like after you have been arrested? What is the sort of state in which we find our wayward son approaching the podium?
A deep puff of smoke and a wipe of blood announces Merrick's arrival as he spits another damp mouthful of blood out. He's not pronouncedly tall, but he is built like an athlete. Broad shoulders, trim waist, pronounced pecs under a skin-tight shirt. He has elegant curls that have been trimmed into a somewhat fashionable mullet. But like his somewhat trimmed beard and somewhat cared for mustache, the mullet could use some work, especially now that it has blood in it. He has kind of warm, dark brown eyes, brown hair, tan skin, but there's a sunken paleness under his eyes and a hunger that doesn't quit. And as he sneers a little, canine teeth, long, pointed for a hunter, poke out from under his mustache. And he spits again, this time just for fun.
Devil of a man. Next up on their podium, Mallory. What do you look like after your arrested state?
Considering that they probably didn't give any time for her to change, she is in a tiny little club dress. Mallory is about 5'3", curvy build. Her eyes are kind of cast towards the ground, but you can see this kind of flat blue, not like a shining blue, but like a flat blue. Their eyes almost translucent. They have very distinct African American features, but no pigmentation in their skin or hair. So their hair looks blonde and their skin is light, and there's freckles dotting her face. And she's kind of short and curvy, I think is how I describe her. And she avoids looking at anyone. She is solely looking towards the ground and glaring in a hole into it.
Mama had a rough night, huh?
Yes, she did.
Not as rough as maybe the next person. Hector, my sweet, sweet. You approaching the stand. How do you look after your arrested state?
Hector is a tall, strong, muscular man. He has deep brown skin, a defined jawline, and heavy brows. Unfortunate that said jawline is extremely bruised by a single blue-black mark that has marked him right on his right cheek. His eyes are a dark brown, almost black, and he has this wavy brown hair that he wears long and pushed back, along with a short, well-kept stubble. The center of his chest there hides a large cracking pattern tattoo that starts from the neck and moves downwards past his chest. He looks slightly disheveled, like he has been thrown about a bit, but he stands proud. He stands ready for whatever this trial has for him.
As always, the whisper in your ear. Maybe now we can be together. But that's to discuss another time, as we find ourselves focused back. To give a little bit more of a presence, as you reach your podiums, soon a main spotlight shines in all your eyes, similar to more of an investigation or interrogation lamp, rather than anything to help anybody see anything. Very much more to reduce the visibility of the individuals that these tribunal is looking down upon. As only thing you can really see, as far as you know, you see a set of four pairs of eyes, pretty much four individuals, each with distinct shapes and colors, and each one of them looking at you like judges looking down on the accused. Soon, coming from the mist of a corner from around, like shadows forming upon itself, a wraith-like figure with a hood over its head, not showing anything of a facial features, only the echelons of what would be a nose, begins to appear and crackling among itself as it goes before you. You have been brought before the Seers Tribunal of the city of New Promethia to stand trial for the murders of both active and inactive members of the tribunal. How do you plead in these charges?
I didn't do anything.
None guilty? Not guilty, my other lovely individuals.
I committed no crime. Not guilty.
There's another non-guilty. And last but not least, the mother in our eyes, as they kind of get a little uncomfortably close. Mallory, what is your plea?
She kind of sneers. Not guilty.
Good. It means we get to have a trial. As you see, they kind of swirl about. Now, we will ask you questions, and it will help us determine if you are guilty of your crime. Is this agreeable, or should we just go to our own decision?
Unless you've already decided, maybe a trial's the right idea.
Oh, sweet convict, we have rules here. We do not just simply toss you into the abyss. I know you think otherwise of us.
I've seen
Wouldn't be the
otherwise
first
of
time.
you.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Epics, you'll have your drama. Snaps fingers. Marek, is it?
Yep.
Lovely name. Marek, let us go with you first. Where were you the morning of yesterday, aka the mortal holiday of New Year's Eve?
I was working.
The camera slowly shifts as we see, unlifting back, this gloom and doom of a night and sort of weird room that we're in gives way to a lovely, lovely city. It's the high 80s, everyone. You see everybody going about, style is about the scenes, taxis are being called as we are within the city of New Promethia, a place where you can come and reinvent yourself no matter where you are, no matter where you come from. As we go through the smoke of a new day, as everyone is going about, we see ourselves following from behind the jean jacket of the handsomest man we've seen on the streets strutting about, as we see Merrick. Merrick, it's another lovely morning in New Promethia. How are we feeling today, as you're going to a certain alleyway to meet a certain someone?
Hungry. He woke up very hungry today.
Doesn't help you live in a city full of ambition. As you walk through, normal people might see a construction worker or a lady just trying to get their coffee, but you see strands of destiny. You see dreams unrealized or dreams being realized. To you, everything looks like dust floating in the wind, waiting for the picking. Going around the corner on the bend, we see you get into a sort of an alleyway, kind of for yourself for a second. But soon, an individual begins to pop up. As the noise and sort of realizing and kind of getting focusing yourself, individual has it's almost like trench coat on them, fedora on their head as they kind of come into the corner, and kind of goes, "Hey, you Merrick?"
Yeah, you look like a cartoon. But yeah.
I don't want nobody to, it's his disguise. So it's okay. Who's gonna be looking for a guy
Yeah.
with a trench coat and a
Fucking
fedora?
obviously.
So
What do you got?
So, yeah. What would you usually exchange for the information that they're trying to get. You know that this individual called you up before, looking for a strand of fate on a certain maybe someone you don't really know the details of, probably don't care. But what do you usually get for compensation in these situations?
Well, money, favors, pay the rent, that kind of stuff.
I think this individual kind of goes, well, I got the cash, I pretty, a couple G's here. So I heard it's your payment, but I heard your services are the best. So, do
You
you
looking
got
for a
the?
specific one?
I just want to know, are we meant to be together? Is she cheating with someone? I'm just a little concerned. I could go through a PI, but that might take too long. She's smart, but I just wanna know.
Let me see what I got. And he reaches inside of his members only jacket and actually pulls up his shirt, and underneath is a really handmade looking, not 80s looking bag that he reaches inside of and just pulls black rope, much bigger than it looks like it should be, inside of this bag, and thumbs through like 5 or 6 pieces of it and finds a very small one. It's like maybe 4 inches, but it's about a fist-sized piece of rope. You looking for this?
Yeah. So how does this work? Do I eat it? Do I put it in a bathtub?
No, you don't
Do
fucking eat it.
Okay. I mean, I don't
Come
know.
here.
I mean, it's magic, right? I mean,
Show
I
me the
know-
money.
Okay.
Give me the
He
money.
kinda pulls out very much like a mail envelope, gives you the cash. Hey. So so how does this work? How do I do this?
He reaches out with a hand, strong, just done with this guy already, grabs him by the shoulders, takes the rope and crushes it in his other hand, and closes his eyes. And in his eyes, he sees Merrick sitting at a bar talking to a young woman.
He sees Merrick talking to a young woman.
Yeah, he sees how he got this thread.
Gotcha. I think he goes through his own little thing. You do notice that it's a little bit of a trance, so he is kind of going through it. And you notice that as you're going through this, doing your job, almost as if it is fate, you hear the clicking of heels going around the corner, and you see what looks like to be at first stop, Fastinisha, or somebody of sort of that high fashion statement. But as they turn the corner, taking off their sunglasses and sort of hat that they had on their head, even though it is winter cold, so summertime makes no sense. You see Inku. And you see they kind of turn around the corner. Marik?
Just a second. And he takes the money, because I think that this person's still in the trance, just takes the money out of their hands, slaps him in the arm. Have a good time.
I
And
see everything. I guess you just go away.
and he just follows Inku. Hey, where you been?
What we see before us is a sort of almost beautiful individual, luscious brown skin. You see bright green eyes, their hair very much done up and styled as if they're going to a party later. And very much not wearing anything besides just a jacket to sort of almost a mix of like, you should not be wearing this because it's not necessarily fall, but also it could kind of keep you warm. As you see, it's very cream colors, goes very nice with everybody. And you see that, hey, it's been some time. What are you doing with that man in the alleyway?
Working. And he kind of fans the money before putting it inside of that bag.
Mac, I heard you were released from prison. I would hope that you would maybe find a new line of work.
People aren't exactly jumping to hire me to do anything, so I do what I know.
I can't blame you. What are you doing tonight? I would love to catch up. I do have to go meet with someone right now, but I would love to catch up and talk
Sure.
more about how things are going.
You need anything?
No, I think for the first time in a long time, I feel good. Feel right.
Good for you. New Year's, right? Yeah.
Yeah, have you heard about the party that's going in the mayor is throwing? I think I have a +1. I could give you a ticket.
You want to take me to a fancy party in this town?
Look, I think a little bit, maybe a haircut, a little bit of, cologne. I think you can be very much ready for the town.
You want me to go with you, though. And he looks them dead in the eyes and is just like, really? Really?
You see that you are trying to be like, come on, really, really? And he's just like, please, come. You see they kind of scrounge in their purse, pull a tickets. It's got the address and everything on it. Come through. If not for the party, for at least me, I would love to catch up.
Fine. I'll see you there.
You
And he
see a taxi.
takes the ticket.
This is my taxi. I will catch up with you later. Wear something nice. I know it's a little bit hard, but nothing with covered in blood. And you see they kind of get in the taxi and begin to vroom, go off.
And he turns and finds a dive bar to go and sit in for a while.
Hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, ain't it? With that, we transition. Hector, you find yourself among wheat fields. The city of Troy is behind you, glistening in sunlight, and your wife and child are having a lovely day in this maybe summer. How are you feeling, Hector, in this moment of peace?
Melancholy. I've felt this so many times. More than I can count, just existing in between two spaces. I feel the wheat brushing against my upper thigh, the tips of my fingers grazing against it. I could hear the clanging of metal from my homeland, but I hear the giggles and bubbling laughter of my son. I feel like they're so close I could almost touch them.
Your wife comes around towards you. My dear Hector, why are you so sad?
Because you're not here with me.
You see, they go on the ground, look you in the eyes. You could be. All you have to do is let go. As you see, they place a knife in your hand and begin to motion it with yours towards your chest.
No, not yet. Not till you're at my side, not yet. Not till all of us are together again. My dear, please. He clasps his hands around her fist. The knife's point so close to the center of his chest. One day there will be no Elysium, there will be no Asphodel to keep us apart. Wait for me. Penance I should pay.
You see their voice changes, their skin changes, everything. You hear the fire, and you feel a piercing in your chest as you begin to Wake up! You see various electricity from these Tesla coils begin to cracks begin to form in your chest. You're in a new body again. Oh, everything feels off. Tastes, touch, hair, skin. Yeah, it doesn't feel like your body. It feels like your skin is crawling. How are you feeling in this moment as you are reacclimating to a new life?
Familiar voice in an unfamiliar flesh. I hear my own breaths. They're mine. My coarse groans. That's mine, but this body is not mine. I feel the tingling at the tips of my fingers. I feel unfamiliar wavy locks touching the nape of my neck. Goddess.
You see various, almost like golem-like individuals, smaller in nature, acting more like minions, going about the place. And looking around you, you're in some sort of ruin or derelict part of the city. And on the top, you see, watching from their makeshift throne of stone and trash and whether other parts you can find in the sewer, lies the goddess Athena.
I kneel.
You see, Athena has seen better days. While most goddesses or gods can keep their youth, Athena seems to be more in their middle age, 50s. As the bags under their eyes, even though their skin is pink and marble and shimmers like the stars above, as you see, they don't wear their traditional toga, but rather something of maybe a similar stature of the homeless, with sort of clothes with holes in them, as you see, still thinking and holding on to their power. Well. It looks like you had quite a journey, my love.
Good goddess. I see you have summoned me once again.
I have summoned you once again, O mighty Hector. You see they begin to step down. You see the gargoyles kind of and begin to sort of form the steps as they come to you. Arise, my champion, and please put on some clothes. I do like the physique, but there's only so long you could see that thing dangle in front of me. So please, clothes.
Apologies, goddess. I assume there's clothing of this mortal somewhere.
You see,
as
yeah, on the side, your clothes is very neatly together and sort of folded.
Hector quickly rushes over, puts on some clothes, this white button up and this denim jacket, very unfamiliar stylings it's been so long since he was last summoned. And as soon as he is dressed, sheepishly hiding away from the gaze of a goddess, what does my goddess have need of me? What service can I render?
Let me introduce you, as they turn the television on, to the wonders of the 80s, my child. You see various flashes of commercials and news, and the main thing you get by really quickly acclimating yourself to this century, it is a place of a cold war. War that is not fought on front lines, but in back rooms and the shadiness of these governments. It is weird, but it is the century we now live in. And most importantly, you see mass destruction is on the plate, and at any moment the world could burn in inferno.
Hector says nothing, but in the back of his mind, he ponders. Long ago, one had to bloody their own hands in the viscera and blood of those they wished to slay, of whose kingdom they wished to take. Now, with just quiet whispers in back corners, like a little game. God's games. The more things change, the more things stay the same.
Indeed, Hector, could not put it any way better myself. I missed our conversations. I've had to deal with gargoyles and mortals. They don't get us. They're not as lovely as us. Well, I think I need to tell you the reason why I have called you here, my love. You see, they pull you aside. There is going to be a thing called New Year's. Are you familiar with the concept?
I believe so. The turn of a new annum, I assume.
Yes, the turn of a new atom. That's all lovely stuff. Well, at this party, the mayor of this city, one of the Seer Tribunal members, Frey, owes me a favor. See, I'm making a bit of a comeback to my love, and you, let's put hands on both your cheeks, will usher me into this new era and my plan.
What? So am I to meet with this Lord Freya? What will we
Yes.
speak of?
You will speak of something known as the Golden Frame. I've been doing a little bit of research on it. But if he is not able to produce any of this information, please ask for one of his lovely, lovely blood baths. That will help speed the process along.
Understood, goddess. And you wish me to retrieve this golden frame?
Information. If you're able to find the frame, I would be surprised, Hector, and a bonus will come through if you do.
All I require is paying my penance, serving the goddess, righting a wrong.
Very much, Hector. You're close, my dear. Very, very, very close. I can tell you this. Couple more trips, and you should be done.
Thank you, goddess. And there's such genuine relief. I don't think it's ever been quantified to him before how close he is. He's so close. I can feel the smell of her hair, the giggles of my child. We're so close. And he's filled with determination. There's a focus in the warrior's eyes.
Love to see it. With it, you go on Terminator mode as you go get whatever you need from whoever poor sucker is out there. As you get your clothes and your motorcycle and anything you need over there. But as that goes, the camera shifts to one other person. We find ourselves in a modest apartment, and within it, as we go through a very modest single home, a number of rooms and beds, very much for a family. But as we go into the bedroom, we see the wonderful, beautiful vestige of the white, sort of puffed hair, messy hair everywhere, boarding hair, up to 11, Mallory. Mallory, you are sleeping off last night's baby handling, but as you are trying to catch some Z's, which probably is around maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon at this point, you begin to smell something.
Her first instinct is to like bolt up, and while what she smells is good, there's that instant concern of what is going on in my house. She is just wearing like a oversized t-shirt. Yeah, her hair, she didn't even try to put it up. Like she couldn't find her bonnet last night and she was too tired to find it. So her hair is not in its fully blown out state, a little more curly and like reverting back more to its like full afro state. And she sort of pushes it back. It's very long. She pushes it back out of her face. She kind of stumbles into, I'm guessing she smells this coming from the kitchen.
Yeah, I think through your head you're like, please. I turn off the oven, 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 I turn off the oven. And you kind of walking through very hastily coming in. you see the surprising individual come to your doorstep as they are cooking what looks like to be a wonderful breakfast that was supposed to be for, to bring to the bed. As you see, Ricky. Ricky is. It's hard to describe. You're not, your friend, but also the father of your child. And you can see on sort of nearby and very much like that toddler chair, your son. What does your son look like for me here? What's your son's name? What does he look like? What's the cute little boy doing here?
Enid is his name, and he probably looks a lot more like Ricky. I think he has like dark hair, and kind of, definitely looks a bit more like Ricky, but he is about 3, a little chubby ball of energy. And while he looks like Ricky, kind of in like the color of his hair and his skin, he has like the facials of his mother. So wide nose, wide lips. Yeah.
It's a lovely. You see Ricky himself seems to be around your age as well. You see that his hair is very slicked, gel back. You see that he originally was wearing like a leather jacket, but kind of pulled over. Very much has a work t-shirt that he's kind of pulled his sleeves up. He must have done another night. Very well done up. Gold chain around the neck. Very, slightly working out, not anything crazy, but he's got a little timber on him. And you see he's kind of working the stove right now, finishing off a couple eggs, and you see him goes, "Hey, this was supposed to be a surprise. You woke up in 2 in the afternoon, but it was supposed to be a surprise. I'm sorry."
No, I'm surprised. Don't worry about that. Hi.
Hi. I made your breakfast, and you see he kind of has a whole thing. I mean, it's a brunch. If that's a new thing going around.
Did something happen, Ricky?
No, good news. I mean, I wanted to see you both. I know it's been some time. Oh, and you see, goes to his jacket real quick, pulls out a lot of money. Now, he's been helping with bills and whatnot, but you see that he has the next 3 months' rent on the table, and kind of goes, this is for the next 3 months for you and our lovely boy.
Are you sure nothing's wrong?
Oh no, I mean, well, I do want to talk to you about something, but why don't you sit down and eat?
She'll kind of give him like an up-down. Has he eaten? Is he eaten?
Yeah, I fed him. I don't want to feed him. Come on, I don't want to feed the kid.
Just making sure. And she'll kind of sink down into the closest chair. Lean back. So, it's good to see you.
Good to see you. You're looking great. The kid looks healthy. You took him to the doctors, right? I mean, I know we're supposed to do that annually. I know I'm.
Yeah, like after Christmas, as we discussed.
And he got his gifts. Did he like them? I know I was out of town. I know I couldn't.
I know. I've got pictures. I can show them to you later. They
I
really cute.
I think. Yeah. A good Polaroid in the wallet will make me a real good dad. I did want to. This money here, it's kind of the tip of the iceberg, I guess. And you know how when before we had Enid, you know how you wanted to get out the city. You felt like it was a crowded place. It wasn't really your vibe, at the time.
Yeah.
Well, I got a gig lined up, and I think we can have enough scratch to all get out the city. Me, you, Enid, go somewhere where, in the freaking brochures where it's, house, white suburbia, good schools, and baseball games, and American, the typical American white fence,
We.
I mean, I'm not gonna just. I mean, I can help you move. I mean, if you don't want me to go, it's fine. I mean, I would love to be, closer to my son, but I understand you need your space, but I do think now, especially, it's gonna be a new year, that we leave the city. I mean, what's there really here for you? I mean, we got all we need is you got your kid. I mean, the city, it's not getting any better each day,
And every city needs a mortuary cosmetologist, so I can.
Hey, a small town is not a lot of people, that's, it's,
What brought this on? What's this new gig?
I'm working security. I'm I'm built. But I don't know, with things changing and crime going up, unemployment going up, homelessness going up, all the same. I'm just worried about you guys. I want to make sure that I can give you guys everything. Plus, it's getting hell of expensive to live here. Economically, it's not a viable thing.
Yeah.
Plus, what you want him to grow up around normal kids without having to worry about a freaking gargoyle coming around at the sky trying to attack him?
It sounds great. In theory. I don't know, Ricky.
Hey, 2 + 2 = 4. So, I mean, theory will get you
talking
somewhere.
about another kid?
No, God, I mean, no.
It's hard to say.
I know, believe me, I know you don't want no more kids, with me at least. So, but I just, I want you guys to have a good life. We may not be together like we used to, but I still feel responsible for you two. It's a working relationship. Both ways. We want the kid to have a good life. You gotta be in it. I gotta be in it. And, I'm just trying to be there for the both of you.
Maybe it's the new year getting to you. That's good. But you tell me if something's up, right, Ricky?
Hey,
Promise.
He grabs you by your hands, looks you dead in the eyes. I would tell you anything in the world, okay? Nothing's going on. I just think it's time. New year, the 90s are gonna be coming up, around the corner. You only want to spend another decade in this shithole. I mean,
No. No, I don't. Well, sort of like gestures towards the money. Thank you. And then gestures towards the food. I am still waking up. Let me get some coffee.
I already got a fresh pot for you there, and he kind of pours it over. Hey, real quick. I mean, I know you're busy with the kid, but do you got anybody to look after them, for the night?
I can call the neighbor. Sometimes she'll look after him, or her daughter will. I'll just give her some money. And why?
I mean, hey, if you're gonna be leaving town, if you're gonna be leaving, I think you should really, you get to experience things you don't usually get to experience. The security detail job that I'm working at, he kind of begins to eat himself. They gave me an extra ticket, and I thought, well, if you wanna, I know you get that dress from before, that you never really got to wear. So why don't you, come over? I mean, I'll be there working, but I think I'll get some, a break off. We can. It's New Year's Eve, a bunch of high society folks, so the food's gonna be good, and whatever they don't eat, you can just put in a little, box and take it to go. Because you're going, I'm leaving with something, but
So you're asking me on a date, but you're not gonna.
It could be a date. It could be, a get together. We could as friends.
On New Year's, Ricky? That's how we
Yes,
got
New
here
Year's,
in the first place. Gestures to the kid.
This is a wonderful surprise. But come on. I mean, forget about it. Come on.
I mean, I'm off today. I was just planning on grabbing some champagne from around the corner store and watching the ball drop.
Why pay for it when you can schmooze off of the rich folks, huh? They say eat the rich. I kind of, I don't know what the phrase is.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go out. How long has it been?
Well, it's been quite a while. I remember 4th of July weekend. You were like a firecracker. I had to calm you down. It was a crazy time. Let me tell you.
I had a bit more energy back then. Got a lot of help.
I'm still here to help. I'm not. It's not like I'm going.
I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry.
No. Hey, I don't want to fight. I don't want to. See the kid kind of throws a waffle at him. Oh, I love this guy.
This is food, not toys. Food, not toys.
There's no
On your
response,
plate.
just like really gnawing at the waffle. Ah.
Okay. I'll get the dress. I'll go out tonight.
It's a
In a second, since I've done my own face up.
Mom who? Mom who? I don't see a mom. I see a superstar. Is what I see.
I could be both.
All right. Hey, all right. You see, he's got a pager that goes off. You see, he reads it. Okay. Grabs his ticket. Hey, I gotta go. I'll see you tonight. I left the ticket by the keys. So, the directions, everything should be there. Wear the nice dress, not the pink one, the blue one. The blue one's nice. I know you don't think so, but it does. And you see, he kind of goes out. Love you, kid. You see, he kind of kisses your son on the cheek, ruffles the hair. All right, I'll see you later.
See ya.
Door closes. And how does Mallory feel in this moment, as it's just you and your son?
Conflicted. She knows what he's implying. And she tried to get him to say it, but he wouldn't, which concerns her. She, of course, loves the idea of living outside of the city, having a nice little house that isn't, connected to a bunch of other houses, and having to hear the neighbors at 3 a.m. Of course, it sounds nice, but a little too good to be true.
Hey. Legends have been told on less. And as we cut away from that, we cut to the present day, where you all are tribunals, and you, Mallory, give the last of your testament, or your testimony in this sense. Is the creature who is acting almost like a sort of lawyer, or the the opposition kind of goes, oh, sappy stories, this is not the evidence we are looking for. I know you're guilty, all of you, of something. As he kind of thinks to himself and ponders. I know where we can go. Your morning's insufficient. I say we strike that from the record. We don't need any of this lovey-dovey crap. You see the eyes look among each other. The one in the center kind of goes, struck from the record, not important. I think I would love to hear the events of the party. And I think that is where we shall take a quick break here. So with that, everyone, we're going to take a quick El Baño break. So go to El Baño, grab yourself a snack, and we'll be right back. We'll see you soon. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Doomsayers. With that in mind, let's get on to this next section as you are interrogated about the party. The camera slowly zooms out as the sun goes away and night begins to come slowly in. And as we do, we focus ourselves into one of the nearby skyscraper buildings. Not the one you're in, a little bit less taller. But as we go about, I think we focus on Mallory. Mallory, you're kind of the last one maybe coming in on here. And as you do, going in, you see there is a lovely elevator in front of you. Golden frame, very art deco to it. A lot of the city integrates the old texture rather than just building new things. So a lot of New Promethia has a certain sort of class or gothic nature to it on top of modern day appliances facilities that are in between. So a mix and mash of everything that makes it great. Snow outside from another windy and coldy day here, but as you come inside dressed up in your lovely outfit, going to the elevator, you see it's a bit strange. Ricky told you that this was a high society party. He didn't really explain that it was high society. Because as you enter into the elevator, you see what looks like to be this beautiful gilded-esque art deco, but along the wall are depictions of the Norse pantheon. Specifically, you see it moving in the background, almost like if it was animated, of the world serpent fighting Thor in the background. As lightning bounces off of it and very much provides an image. As that does, the windows, or the elevator doors in this instance, open up, and you are greeted to a lovely party. Jazz is being played in the background by a number of musicians, but the thing that's a little bit slightly concerning is that you are among divine society as well as maybe some individuals that know about the magical things. So magical creatures, divine, and maybe the few mortals there that know. The place itself is a mix of the modern and the past. As you see fables of decorations of mostly Norse shields and axes, and a very long table that partygoers are very much interacting with and greeting with. As you see that those individuals there are having their fill of mead at the moment. The most notable aspect of the room, though, is the mounted skull that goes over the great hearth. As you see, it is the skull of the world serpent, and next to it, Thor's hammer that lays on the side there as trophies, or maybe remembrance, or whatever the individual had thought of. The room screams pretension and privilege, but overall, it's a happy diddly-dee event. With that, Mallory, what are you doing as you see there's people about, everybody's going about their day? What are you doing?
I think the first thing she does is, I imagine there's those like waiters with like the trays of drinks. She grabs the closest one. Does she see Ricky?
Kind of looking about. Not at the moment, but as you're kind of looking for Ricky, I think the camera begins to shift over. At this point, goes over to you, Merrick. Merrick, I'm very curious. What are you wearing to this event? Did you change at all, or are you just Disco Elysium sad man right now? Huh?
Listen, he doesn't have a lot of clothes in his closet. He's wearing the nicest, still kind of just a sport jacket that he's got, and a shirt that is too small. A button-down shirt that the buttons are straining.
It's straining, you're struggling, but hey, you're here. It's the least you can do as you're trying to sifting through looking for Inku, but without having to roll anything, because this is just purely observations, there we go. You begin to see an individual you have not seen in quite a long time. You see mingling with his sister on this side, and someone he must be close with, you don't know. You see Apollo. Apollo, for the folks out there, is a beautiful tan skinned individual with hair that is pitch perfect, prime, not anything loose. You see that they're wearing a black tuxedo, nothing really, out of the, craziness of divinity or anything like that. But you see that very prenup, smooshing the room a bit, built, maybe looks like in their maybe early 30s. And their twin next to them, Artemis, which is, wearing pantsuit, almost of a matching color. And you can see that very much they're twinning at the moment and smoothing about. You see handing out business cards and smoothing around. As you see this, how are we feeling? What are you doing?
Merrick, much like Mallory, but probably a lot less graceful and definitely a lot less subtle, grabs a glass of champagne, shoots the whole thing back, and as his eyes look back to Apollo, where his eyes should be a dark, warm brown, we see just a flash of gold circles and a sneer as he walks closer like a predator stalking prey through the room.
Do you interact with him, or are you just stalking at the moment?
Right now, I think he's walking and trying to not draw too much attention, and so he's just focused, and people move in front of him, and he walks just steady and measured towards him, not taking his eyes off.
Again, not having rolled anything yet, because you're just cueing the echelons of this. You didn't notice he's talking a little bit about sort of his why he's being here, what he's working on, and you see he's kind of go like, yeah, that's right. We're working at the district attorney's office. We're working with the mayor as well. We're trying to implement some new things. We're very happy, me and my sister, to be here to contribute to the Olympia Fund. Even though we are the top professional prosecutors within the city, we still do care about the criminals that do commit crimes. The Olympia Fund is meant to help people get back on their feet. Times are rough out there. You know what I mean? And we're doing our best. We contribute as well. We may prosecute them hard, but you know what? They learn their lesson, and then we help them back up. That's what I've been taught as a kid. Ain't that right, sister? She goes, yeah, that's exactly right. We're doing what we can. We're working with the mayor, and when we think we're really making progress on the Olympia Fund, times are hard. People are going to commit crimes. Homelessness is going up. That's the statistics. Those are just straight statistics. And he goes, yep, that's statistics. So hey, folks, please, if you can, donate. It helps. You're making a difference on the world, no matter what them naysayers say. And all the protesters out in City Hall screwing about. We're making things work. We're making things better, right? Money makes things go. So donate with your wallets, all right? And whoever donates the best gets a free cruise ship of a cruise, whatever, So donate with your pockets, folks. Thank you. Thank you very much. And you see this kind of a small little clap as he kind of goes about. And you notice the individual on his side. You see and are able to read off of it a shimmer off of their hand. A rock. In this case, a wedding ring? A wife? Maybe fiance, you don't know. But you see this individual is very much does not want to be here. Very much matching your vibe. They have dark circles around their eyes. Their skin is a little bit more pale. Their hair straightened and curled, even though their dress is supposed to say otherwise. And with that, you can just hear in the echelons of bits and pieces, not too much, because you're a little bit farther away, but you do hear the words oracle and deal. Is what you hear without getting a little bit closer. This is kind of just what you're seeing.
He snarls and continues to stalk them around the room, not getting too close, but there's an energy around him like the air before a lightning strike, that one little thing could set him off and he would spring.
Keep that in mind. See if you don't get caught. First roll of the game.
Oh god.
So, folks for out there, whenever we're playing City of Mist. First time playing it, so if I'm doing something wrong, I'm learning. So please be kind and gentle with me. But with that, Kai, if you're trying to do this, I think the best thing we're seeing here, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is you're sneaking around. Is that
Yeah, I
right?
would say so.
So with that, you can roll. You can add your tags. I will say there's gonna be a weakness here. Due to the fact because struck by Apollo is one of your weaknesses. Apollo is here, so it is a -1 depending on what tags here. But I'm very curious. Are you gonna add any tags? Any tags you're thinking of that might help you out here, or are you just gonna roll straight?
Oh yeah, I'm going to use Friendly Shadows and Rage Against Destiny.
All right. So with that, it's a 2's -1. So you're gonna add a +1 to whatever you roll.
Oh, that's so bad. But it's an 8 total.
It's an 8. All right. Between a 7 and a 9, which is an 8, it's complicated. So with that, I'm going to choose one here. I can either do someone unimportant noticed you, but that's just made them important, right? Or you are perceived only by secondary sense. Someone kind of picks you up or something. Or you must leave something important behind to be discovered. I'm going to say, in this instance, you are perceived. As you're trying to get closer, you see one of the bodyguards begins to approach you. And with that, they go, "Hey, buddy, stop." And with that, you see this Khal Drogo size looking of a man, blonde hair, bleach, hang back, really built, tall, strengthened. And with that, you see very much on the side Nordic tattoos along every which way depicting Ragnarok. And with that, they go, "Can I help you with something? You look a little lost, buddy," as they're looking down at you. That's how tall they are.
Merrick is not tall as a person, but he looks up at this bodyguard and is not even a little afraid of them. And he just kind of smiles a toothy, wolfish smile. "I was just listening about the Olympia Fund, if you don't fucking mind."
How about you get lost?
Yeah, fine, whatever. And pretending like he didn't give a fuck, he turns to find a waiter to grab another glass of champagne.
Fantastic. As going through, you see at this point, nobody really sees it yet. Ricky kind of goes over, "Hey, yo, let's keep it festive, yo." And kind of goes back, walking off. The two split. At this point, we go over to Hector. Hector, while the party's happening inside, on the outside, you find yourself listening to the hums of the city.
Hector arrives in a car gifted to him by Athena. It's a sentient car. And as it hurls down the city streets, it takes the form of a black horse pulling a chariot. But as he begins to park it, set it off to the side, it apparates back into the car model, which is a black Buick Grand National car. So it is sleek, it is black in color, it is a beautiful, beautiful car of the very 1987. And as he steps out, I think he hears the tiny whinnying from this black horse, spiritual horse, and he leans his head against the face of this horse. "It should only be a few moments, Commandrius. I will return." And he marches inside, for he has a job to do. And I have a lot about this time I have to learn. So Hector is opening himself up to everything, sensory-wise, all of the experiences, to clothing, music, everything, to catch up, as it were, since the last time he was here, which was the 1910s era.
As you go in the elevator, opening yourself up, the light goes off for a hot second. Darkness before it lights up again, and you see next to you, very much in a toga, slumped on the side, almost if they were smoking a cigarette, is your wife. Their skin gray like ash, their clothes following suit, as if hue and pigmentation has left. As they pull aside, I hate these dull affairs.
Hector feels himself recede back to the Prince of Troy as if falling to an old memory. Worry not, my dear. Just business, just important people mingling about, having their wine. We will speak, we will laugh, and we will return home, you and I.
As the doors open, they walk out frustrated like a child having a tantrum. It's always, we'll be together soon. It's always, wait a little bit. It's always, I miss you. It's never, I've done it. It's never, we can be together. And as they sort of storm off into the crowd, do you follow suit?
Andromache. He feels the name fall out of his lips. Of course I do. Of course I walk into the crowd. I'm in a memory. I'm also here. I am the Prince of Troy, but I'm also whatever this flesh is. But all the same, I am Hector.
Following through, you see she's at the edge of the balcony, playing with the edge like it is nothing to them, and goes, simple. You want it to end, just jump. It's maybe a couple stories high. Hopefully that's enough to end your life. You can be with me. You don't have to worry about being this person. As you see, they kind of very dangerously and playfully go over the edge and holding on to it.
You know
It's
that's not
so
true.
simple.
You know that's not true, my love.
You're
You
not
know,
Hec-
you know the gates of Elysium. You know. Even in death, I'm apart from you.
You see, they hold one hand pointing at you. You are Hector of Troy. If the gates of Elysium do not open for you, you throw a spear at it and demand they be opened. It is the most they can do for you. You play like this thing. When are you gonna man up, Hector?
My spear couldn't even stop the gods from striking me down. I pay this penance for you, for us, for Sianax. Together. All three of us together in Elysium where we belong. All three of us. In glory, as we were promised. Please.
You see they climb back over to the safe side, not tempting the danger, and go up to you closely and intimately, fixing your tie. You have excuses. You're no warrior. As they push you into the crowd, and with that you see they dissipate. And with that,
Andromache.
go into one of the nearby guys. Hey!
Oh, hi.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Hector. Right?
Yes, indeed. I'm
Yeah, Big Boss wants to
Hector.
go see you upstairs. He's even a meeting with someone right now, so hey.
big boss. Would that be Lord Freya?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Please lead the way.
Go up the stairs. As you go up, you begin to hear the sound of what sounds like to be an argument. You don't really get any of the conversation, as you're kind of coming at the end of this thing, but as you do,
Uh-oh.
you see Inku coming out frustrated and then slightly alleviates as they see you. Oh my god, Hector! It has been too long.
Old friend.
Oh, friend!
You're
And you see they come in for a hug.
Hector reciprocates. The centuries have not changed you.
Oh,
Your
they've
eyes still
done
bright.
Something of a beauty. But, Hector, you notice something is off. Divinity has shine to it. It has a register to it. And what you see in Iku's eyes is none of that. You see mortality.
Yes. And Hector frowns, furrowing his brow. There's something different about you. What's happened?
It's a long story. How about you go talk to Frey? I'll be downstairs.
Hector looks like a wayward guard dog looks towards the destination that Iku would have gone and the destination he's been to. Are you sure? I can keep you company. I can meet with.
No. You look like you have business. Complete it, and then we can talk all night long if you wish. It's good to see you, my old friend.
It's good to see you as well. Take care. I'll see you soon. Hector pushes the concern aside, watching Iku's back as they walk away before readjusting his jacket and trying to bring back the Prince of Troy.
Going into the office, right quick. You see the individual that's there is very much tying themselves up. You see there maybe a man in like early 40s, little overweight. You see hair is kind of being combed backed up, very much kind of cover up a bad comb over. And you see the mayor, Frey, one of the individuals on the Seers Tribunal, the gods of the city. As you see, you kind of turn around, come in, he goes, Hey, I'm sorry. 1 second. Close the door.
Hector does so, and as soon as he does, puts a fist against his chest. My Lord Freya.
Don't do that. That's weird.
Hector's confused.
Hey, you want a drink? As you see, he kind of.
Sure. Thank you. He's used to one way of interacting with the gods. The 80s is new and different, and this is a lot to catch up on. So he kind of like stands really straight and awkwardly by the desk, watching Lord Freyr pour this drink.
Over, you see, he gets on his chair, puts his feet up, and just very much hands together, leaning back. How can I help you, Hector? Was it?
Yes. My goddess Athena has sent me to speak with you.
Athena, that's a pain in the ass. What do you,
Apologies.
No, it's fine, frame information, right?
He furrows his brow. He furrows his brow, and then puts the glass down and leans back. My goddess has sent me on a business. She wishes for information about an artifact known as the Golden Fray.
Yeah, I didn't find much, to be honest. Legend, I really don't know, but, I said if I wasn't able to do this, I could just, and you see he kind of goes under, very much jingling with a key. And you see he throws a blood bag, but instead of it being this sort of dark red that most people are normal and accustomed to, you see rather it being a bright golden sea. Almost like if it is gold incarnate, but still with that blood-like viscosity to it. And he tosses it to you. Blood bag. That's a secret, so please keep that hidden. And tell Athena she can go kindly kiss my ass. No more favors. This is legal. This never happened. So, yeah.
Hector has worked with Athena enough times now where he knows and maybe can foresee her fingers in every interaction, her chess pieces moving. So Hector nods, slips the bag into the jacket, looks over at Lord Freya one more time. I understand, my lord. I will relay the message.
Like my lord, but yeah, cheers. Have a good enjoy the party. Leave me be. I got another meeting with another guy. So I forgot. And he kind of tosses you he goes over, he puts on your jacket a campaign pin which says "Vote for Frey." Hey, don't forget to vote if you're gonna stay in this century, my guy. So vote for Frey.
Thank you, my lord. Word of advice. The goddess of wisdom may not be in her echelons, but she's still the goddess of wisdom. Have a good evening.
You see, yeah, and you see, as you're leaving, goes, the god of wisdom lives out of a freaking sewer! And with that, as you close the door, going off, we go back to Mallory. Mallory, where are you doing, Mallory, in this instance? Where are you about this party? Are you kind of in a corner? Are you been mingling? What have you been doing?
I think Mallory does a really good job at kind of like floating around rooms, and nobody really like bothers her too much. So she's just kind of doing her own thing. She grabs her drink. She kind of like goes to each like tray to sample like whatever food they have. Yup, she's just getting little samples of everything in like a little plate. She listens to the music a bit. She's just kind of enjoying her time, enjoying being a part of the vibe. But she doesn't try to like really talk to anyone. She's never really been very social. Not shy, but not so. She's just really kind of loving being out and about, and on like New Year's night, in a little tiny blue dress and her heels, like she is just feeling herself. She is loving the vibes. Like she's like, I can just mooch off with these people. It's fine. They're rich and annoying, but free food.
And I think as you're doing, you do see Ricky. He kind of waves a little bit, kind of high, but usually he gets quickly called off. But as you're in your little corner, believe it or not, by fatal coincidence, Inku sees you and gives you kind of like, oh my, like a girl? Is that you? Kind of energy. As you see they come over and scream a little bit. I'm like, oh my God, it has been too long, Mallory.
Oh my God.
That girl.
Coming from you, that means a lot. Thank you.
Oh, please. You look very good. You look very well. And they say babies are supposed to do a number of the body. Clearly, that does not apply to you.
Well, I did a number, but in some fairly good areas.
No. You see, she grabs the champagne. What are you doing here? I thought you had don't you have a boy, is it?
Mm-hmm. He's 3 now. Yeah. I had a night out with the babysitter.
Oh.
So got invited to this. This isn't my thing, but
Oh,
I
you're
couldn't
back with
resist
Ricky.
free food. No.
Oh, why not? Ricky's a good boy.
Yeah, he's a good boy, all right. He tries. I don't know. Gosh, that's kind of its own bag of worms. I don't know if this is the place to unpack that. Maybe we should do, I don't know, coffee sometime soon since you're back in town.
I'm not going to be back in town for some time. You see they kind of sit you down. I'm actually leaving town. You see, I'm not exactly divine anymore.
Oh. What happened?
Well, I gave it away to somebody. They are a wonderful individual. I just, I've spent so much time looking over the dead. I thought, well, maybe it's time for someone else to take over. They are a lovely individual. They understand the meaning of death, and they come from an eldritch background, so it's not too difficult of a thing.
Okay. So, where are you going? What are you gonna do?
It's just... I spent so much of my life worried about the souls of others that I never really got to live mine. So, I think I might do that. I think I might go visit the world. I spent so much time in my diner cooking for people. Maybe I want to sample some of the food myself.
That makes sense. Are you happy?
I am. I'm very happy.
Well, that's good. Cheers to that.
And you see that they have a bit of a, almost like time is kind of coming up for them, a little bit of an alarm. And he goes, I do have to go. A bit of part of advice, Mallory, because you look like I know you're a little bit down on the doorsteps here, but you have a child. And for people like us in this world, it can be a blessing, it could be a blessing, or it could be a curse. You don't know your parents, but they deeply cared about you. I know you don't want to hear that from me, but Hades, I know the stories around him, and kidnapping your mother is a whole thing, but that trauma doesn't have to necessarily come with you. You should leave the city while you can. Start a new life. It is America. There are plenty of places to go to. I just wouldn't suggest raising a child, whether they be divine or mortal here. My advice.
Did you talk to Ricky?
Ricky is a blabbermouth, but it's my personal advice.
I appreciate it. I do. Thank you.
Have a good night, Mallory, as they go off. With that, cuts over, music changing once again, as we go back over to Merrick at this point. You're set up by the bar. You see Inko kind of pulls up and very much orders you a drink.
I threw away my invite for this party.
Then how did you get in?
Well, not the one you gave me.
What other invite did you get?
The Olympia Fund.
Oh. Well, I mean, that's a good thing. I heard it comes with a nice income check if you're with your parole officer, and, I know prison can be rough, but at least they're trying to help you, right?
Sure. But no one's looking to pat me on my back for my bit of time.
I know you've had the worst of it than most people. You've lost a lot of people, but maybe you should leave the city. I mean, do you really want to stay? I mean, if the check is not good enough, why even bother staying? There's nothing for you
because
here.
I'm going to find what I'm looking for. It's going to be in this fucking city.
There are other places of bastions of magic. You really think Achilles,
These people,
leave something here.
these people know where he is.
Merrick, do you really want to poke a nest that can throw you in the deepest pits of Ironport? Did you not get enough of that dark, deep place enough? Do you want to spend an eternity with the animals inside?
As one of those animals.
I didn't mean it like that.
I know. Sorry. I'm sorry. These people just fucking put me on edge. And he throws back the drink that she got him. I didn't
Look.
fucking know he would be here.
Here,
Looks over his shoulder.
Wait, who? Oh. Look, you see they get an alarm, a beep from their timer again. It seems a little bit louder.
The fuck is that?
No, it's just the clock I have. I'm trying to keep a timetable. I'm leaving for a plane. Long story short,
Finally
I'm not,
getting out of this place.
Yeah, I'm not divine anymore, so I have no longer
Wait, really?
responsibilities. Yeah, give
What
it
the
up.
fuck? Since when?
A couple of months.
Why would you choose to be one of us lowly fuckers?
I got tired of serving and watching people live their lives.
You think mortals don't serve? That's very funny.
Well, I want to enjoy life, Marek. I know you have a pessimistic view on the way the world is, but I think the world can be a better place if we think about it.
I think it's funny that you of all people have an optimistic outlook.
Death tends to lighten the view of things.
Stay mortal for a while and tell me how that feels later.
I will. Maybe do a little journaling. Maybe I might be published. Who knows? Anything can happen. I could be famous.
If you get published, I'll actually read your book.
Oh, I'm a fan already.
You know I'm a fan of yours.
Oh, Medic. Stay out of trouble. As you see, they as well down a drink.
No promises.
And as they're about to go, Hector, at this point, you kind of catch up, and you see that Inko kind of goes, "Oh,
My friend.
you look well. I wish we had more time to talk, but
I understand.
no.
Yep.
Hey, have you seen my friend here? And you see, points over to you, Merrick.
Merrick, who's blatantly sniffing the air.
While this introduction is happening, everyone notices that Hector has plucked that I voted vote for Mayor Freyr badge and has crushed it in his fingers and puts it onto a side table to be picked up later. Hello, friend of yours, Iku.
Yes, they are a friend. I'll probably be back later tonight, so if anything, go mingle. You two are both. You see, they're trying to have a good time together. You know what happens in New Year's. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Thank you, Iku. I will endeavor to enjoy these affairs. Don't make yourself scarce, okay?
I'll be right back. I gotta just talk with someone. As you see, they
right.
proceed to lead the party, leaving you two together.
Before Iku even leaves, Merrick has waved over to the bartender to pour Hector a drink, and he's just kind of purposely left Iku's seat open.
Thank you. Very kind. And
friend of Iku's.
he sits on this high chair in you can see he's a little unaccustomed, but finally finds the spot that he'll rest in and takes a drink. And I don't think he's ever had champagne before. So he looks it up and down and takes a sip. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. So How do you find the festivities?
Oh, well, everyone's full of themselves. The gods like to, I don't know, whatever this circle jerk is. But it's New Year's. So drinks and whatever.
Keeping your spirits up.
I'm keeping some spirits up, and he drinks more.
As you guys are talking, you do hear somebody in the background go, all right, everybody, it's almost time. We're going to start cutting down soon. So everybody get your party hats ready, your thingy bobbers, and we're almost there,
I must
folks.
have left my party hat in my other jacket.
Well, no reason why we shouldn't be able to have joys. If the gods wish to have their own circle jerk, was it you said? Then there's no reason why we mortals shouldn't enjoy ourselves on their dime.
You
just
seem new.
I'm new and old. It's a long and complicated story.
As with most friends of
and-
Iku.
Speaking of friends of Iku, you seem older yourself. It feels most of this land, this time is strange to me, but you feel familiar.
And finally, he turns to look at you, Hector, and that flash of gold before you see the familiar brown eyes.
30 seconds.
I just realized where are my manners. He holds up his glass, reaches a hand out. I'm Hector, son of Priam.
And Merrick cocks his head, flicks his cigarette, and cold cocks you.
As you hear,
Ah!
oh, Jesus! As you see somebody see you, I think at this point, if you be so kind for the both of you, 2 moves here. First and foremost, you're going to face some danger here, Val, as you are trying to avoid harm. And I think for you, Kai, toe-to-toe, I think, is the best thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think toe-to-toe.
I'll take toe-to-toe.
All right.
Hang on a second. My stuff has moved.
Oh, this is hilarious.
What did you...
Apologies, just give me a second,
No,
friends.
if anything, you do your stuff out. I'm going to do Kai here for a second because we got to see where you're going to be trying to avoid here. Kai, what did you get?
There we go.
You know what I love? I love rolling snake eyes.
Oh, okay. So you failed.
That seems
on
right.
that.
Yeah, this seems right.
All right.
Fantastic.
So wonderful. So in my role, I will invoke dominant duelist, poised amidst doom, agile hoplite.
Okay.
Just for fun, I'm
that
going to
is-
invoke famously ill-fated.
All right. Another weakness. Fantastic. I'll get to that in a
That's-
hot second.
That's a 9 on the die for a 12.
A 12. Sweet Lord. All right. On a 10 plus, you fend off the effect. You take no status. With that, you are pushed, but your body is a little bit more durable than the normal body that you've had before. And with that, you are punched, fly backwards, and the trajectory, when you punch Merrick, you see he lands right on one of the nearby bodyguards of Apollo, in which you, Mallory, see Ricky eat dirt, essentially, as he is body tackled by some nearby person. A number of champagne that was there falls to the ground. And Ricky goes, oh, what the hell?
Have I offended you?
And like teeth out, Merrick's entire face begins to kind of glow with an otherworldly red down his neck, across his cheeks, all from his hairline forward. You. And this time, with his wits about him, a man from a very long time ago, Hector, jumps with his teeth out, ready to bite your throat.
Chocolates? and will attempt to raise his hands up. A face, a name, eyes I have not seen in so long. I feel my sins crawl up my back.
You did
and-
this!
Hey! I know it's New Year's, but come on! New Year, new me! As you see at this point, Mallory, Ricky is like trying to get out of this, but he is unable to as these weird divine figures are beating the living crap out of each other. What are you doing in this instance, Mallory?
Yeah, no, something in Mallory snaps as soon as she sees that, and she heads right over. And who is the person that is like kind of like closest to him? Whoever that is, she is shoving.
I would say Merrick, because Merrick's kind of on top at this moment.
Oh yeah,
She
you see this
shoves
tall,
Merrick.
you see this tall man holding a very feral little guy.
Yeah.
Real quick, give me a
This
toe-to-toe.
5'3" teeny woman comes and just attempts to shove him.
With that, go toe-to-toe for me real quick, Calamity.
Oh no. All right, which one is that? Hold on.
Toe-to-toe, it's like the middle one on the top there.
There we go.
For those who don't, toe-to-toe is kind of what you use when you're trying to fight, trying to control or get over something. So it's very much your standard kind of attack. And this is probably Apocalypse, so a bunch of stuff can happen. So let me know what you get.
Trying to see. I don't have anything that can help me.
You see, it is very much, as you're doing this, you see schoolyard, you see people going, fight, 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 fight.
That is a 7.
A 7. All right, on a 7, you choose one. You achieve your goal. You take something they hold. You get them good. You give your opponent a status equal to the tier, or you block, dodge, or counter their best at attempts.
Yeah, I guess like I want to achieve like getting them away from Ricky. So
Fantastic. You. This person is small, Merrick, but you feel a ghostly presence, almost like Avatar last Aristotle. The air pushes you off back as you put your claws into the tile floor. And at this point, the three of you, almost like a Mexican standoff, looking against each other. And in that instant, you all feel something go around each of you as vines and constrain each of you as you see Frey, the mayor, the individual of this party, in a booming voice with their eyes glowing green. What the hell are you doing at my party? And what the hell did you do to my floor?
Hector
I have
has-
every right.
Oh, Hector just stares daggers at you and just says, I have no quarrel with you. Our quarrel ended centuries ago.
You killed me.
And you destroyed my kingdom. Shall we start?
All right. That's enough. All three of you out. You messed
I didn't
up.
do anything.
Oh, really? Because you're the reason why this ancient mahogany wood, straight from the homeland, is going to need a refurbishment.
Buy more.
Out. And you see, they say out in various languages. I'm just saying out. And with that, you see the security guards at this point drag you, or unless if you're going to walk willingly, and throw you onto the street. Okay, very much.
Dragged out.
Dragged out. Yep, Hector's dragged out too.
Throw you on the street.
She walks out like, fine. I'll go.
And all three of you are tossed into the street.
Thanks a lot for dragging me into that.
My apologies. It
It's
was
a hell
not
of
my
a push
intention.
you have.
What?
You. Where is he?
Where's who?
Where is Achilles?
Can y'all go get a room or something, please?
My apologies, my lady. I did not mean to drag you into this. Except My apologies. And immediately Hector pivots and stares down at Marek and just says, "What makes you think I know where Achilles is? The last time I saw your dear darling Achilles, his spear was in my throat." Just like you said it would. Just like you said.
And he spits blood, his own blood. He's I should fucking strike you down where you stand. How? How are you here?
I have unfinished business. I've lost enough, Patroclus. I've lost enough. I have no quarrel with you. Our quarrel ended. I have no home. It's gone now. I have no family. I no longer want this. And he like gestures to the both of you. I'm here for one purpose. And I will see
So
it
am I.
fulfilled. For what it's worth, I hope you find him. A man that would do what he did must love you very dearly. The city burned for your love.
I didn't get to see it because you killed me. So, sorry if I don't believe you.
I'm certain there are plenty of history books of all the women and children who died of Troy. And the tragedy of the greatest hero of our age.
At this
That is
point,
lover.
you see the doorman. Hey, get out of here, freaks!
Happy
Apologies
New
again.
Year's, Prince of Troy. I'll be seeing
Happy
you.
New Year, Achilles' beloved. And he'll turn to Mallory. My apologies again. I hope you have a good
Merrick
night.
turns and starts to run down an alley.
Do you-
Okay.
Apologies, do you need someone to drive you
I don't
home?
need anything else from either of you. Thank you so much.
Understood.
I'll hail a taxi.
Hector tries to compute what that is before heading over to Scamandrius. You see him petting this black horse before entering a black Buick and driving off.
With that, you all begin to dissipate, and as you do get in that Buick, you feel something in your chest crack, Hector. But it's time we circle at the end of this. With that, we do quick cuts here. Merrick, you're in a bar. You don't know how many shots deep in it, but you know it's enough to fill maybe a fish tank. As you take another one. New Year's, everybody's having a good fucking time. And as you're sitting alone, you see an individual comes alongside you. You see this individual is the most normal looking man you have ever seen your eyes on. You see that they have a bit of crevices from their age, maybe about early 30s, maybe mid 30s. Black hair that is neither gelled or anything, just unkept but still well. And you see they are wearing what looks like to be just a jacket. Normal, most boring man that has ever graced this planet sit next to you as he goes, "Hell of a night, huh?
Yeah, fucking New Year's. Hell of a night.
Drink? Look a little lonely."
I could be a little less lonely.
see orders one. What's your name?
Merrick.
I'm Joe. And as he preps the glass, it goes over. You see, with whatever magic he uses, the glass transmutates and turns into a badge. And with the Shear's Tribunal, you're under arrest.
Immediately he gets up and tries to run.
With that, as you try to run, you see he gets off, almost like cowboy style, whips out a lasso, gets you by your legs. As you see various guns on you. Come on, big boy. Let's go.
He thrashes the whole way.
Yep.
And he's small.
He's very much like, oh, Jesus. Oh. As you can see, they try to get you into it. With that, Hector, we cut to you. You are back with your Athena, but as you try to getting there, your chest feels like it's caving in. And as you do, almost like if you were like poisoned walking, you see pieces of it begin to shatter and fall on the ground like glass.
And I think he falls in this hideout onto like water and just falls down, feeling the shattered glass fall out of his chest. He's never felt this before. The body is usually stable, it's usually secure. And he just groans through gritted teeth. Goddess!
Athena,
My
come
goddess!
down. Hector, dear Lord, what has happened to you? On the table now. Gargoyles. You see they kind of lean you down, put you down. He begins to open you up, and you see this magic as they sort of, almost like this void in front of you, and they begin to pull pieces out. Oh, my lovely Hector, I have bad news.
What is it, goddess?
This body, this magnificent body that I created for you. It is a problem, Hector. Your soul has been traded into too many things. This is your last roundabout, my dear son.
My last, but my penance is not paid.
Did you get the blood back, Hector?
Yes. Three of us. Otherwise, uncooperative. He pulls it out from his jacket and holds it out with a shaking hand.
Good. I may be able to fix you, but this is your last roundabout, so we have a mission together, Hector, with your limited time and my brilliant mind. We will achieve my ultimate goal, and in that way, we will achieve you getting to Elysium, okay? And you see they take this blood and begin to sprinkle it around, slowly fixing it. Now, Hector, the frame, it's important. You need to figure it out. I don't know how we're going to do it. And at this point, you hear helicopter. Oh, no. Hector, I will find you again. Be strong, my boy. As you see them in mist and go into nearby manhole. And with that, you see on top of the derelict building you are, the glass shatters. And these SWAT-like members come down. Hector, you're under arrest.
Goddess.
Now we're gonna need a medic.
See you next.
At this point,
And
Joe.
he falls.
Yep, Joe reveals himself again. Bag him, tag him. And last but not least, Mallory. Mallory, you are in the club at this moment. It is an ungodly hour as you are feeling it. You are moving everything that you have and maybe things you didn't even know you had, as everything is New Year's. Fuck Ricky. You know, you got a kid. You know, maybe you don't need maybe you don't need to stay here. Maybe you don't know. It doesn't matter. It's New Year's. You're probably a little drunk off your feet there, and with that, as you party, You don't notice it, but you begin to hear a whisper behind you in a very singy, slightly theatrical voice. Mallory, sweet Mallory. As you hear the voice, it should not be heard, but as you turn around, you see 3 figures that you can't quite make out. Ashen, vibrating at a pace that is fast, and they're coming for you.
She takes a couple steps back. I think she even like kind of drops whatever drink she has in her hand. And kind of is like, am I seeing it? And sort of like blinks to try to see if it goes away.
You don't know. You think maybe going to the bathroom might help a bit?
Yeah, she turns and kind of like moves to the, if there is a crowd at this point, it might be way too late for there to be a crowd. But she kind of like moves to the restroom and like, you know, focuses on the mirror, like trying to like fix her hair and everything. Take some deep breaths.
You're kind of
Like scrambles
going through the
into her hair and
crowd.
makeup.
I'm going to the crowd. You kind of slam into it. You see there's a line to the girl's bathroom, and this person like, excuse me! As you just go in and lock it.
I'm gonna be sick.
Oh my god! Excuse me! As you go in, lock it, you see very dim light, dark, and as you're trying to do it, you hear the voices again. Mallory, oh sweet Mallory, you have not been kind to thee, you have avoided us. You don't see anything, but you hear the voices. The water from the sink steams up, and you see in the writing, Mallory, you know what we want. You do not come to us, so we want what you want not. You see something begins to write using a finger. Give us the boy.
She immediately like wipes it away.
You wipe it, and 3 faces look at you as you have to back out, and with it you force yourself so much that you accidentally break the door with your strength. And at this point, Joe kind of goes, "Hey, man, are you all right?"
Yeah,
You
stumbled.
need a hand?
Yes, I need a, yeah, I think it's about time I called a taxi home. I need to,
I got something better for you. You see, he pulls out a badge. Tears Tribunal. You're under arrest.
what the hell for?
Murder.
What?
Murder. And at that point, you all cut away. As we go back to the modern day here. We have heard your testimony, and we find it wanting. You see that it is now you all been here. Your testimony has been given in the night. And the figure goes, "To make my final statement, and from what I have seen here, my prosecution. We have seen these killers and their violent tendencies. And it is very clear, the motive is jealousy of your power, your divinity, Tribunal. It is the reason why they killed Frey. I mean, if I was publicly humiliated in front of the divine community, of course I would want revenge. And, well, gods, killing is so easy to us." Looks at
Killed
him.
who?
Frey and Inku. Both
And Inku.
found dead.
Inku?
Yes. Stabbed and burnt. The apartment or the penthouse you were in exploded. And let's just say It's a little too convenient. They died last night.
But mortals can't kill gods.
You're not mortals, technically. I'm seeing demigod here of Hades and Persephone, so they got that there. We have the great Patroclus, story of Troy. Some power here, and he's not exactly all man. Rough, if you know what I mean. And then we have Hector. You should be dead, but yet you're walking about in a skin suit, or a glass suit in this case. But, as I was saying, before I was interrupted, Marek, in the context they have provided, is served with the enemy long ago. Perhaps they have relapsed in their old ways, as many convicts do, and is still loyal to the mistress, Eris, goddess of chaos. Hector, please, he gave a whole grand speech. He blames the tribunal for the crimes committed against his community, the death of his family members. Wife and child loss, he reels in suspense and despair, and the cameras show him speaking to himself, which means he's not all there. And then we have Mallory. Oh, sweet, sweet Mallory. Simply a product of our time. Most likely fell under the enormous pressures of having a child and needing to, in this city it's hard to be a single mother. It is a harsh city, it is a cruel city. And usually in this instance, we fall with the wrong crowd in order to make the lives of our children better. It is with these convictions, with this evidence, that I suggest these hardened criminals be given the harshest punishment we can and send them to the deepest levels of Ironport prison, where they will see no sun and they will pay for the crimes of murder. I rest my case. As you're all here, there is a set of eyes that are thunderous blue in nature that looks towards you all and goes, are there any others who can confirm your alibis at the times in which the murder happened?
I don't even know when the murder happened.
Would have said it, so they through the triumph they kind of gave a bit of it. You could still say that, like, I don't know what I was doing, but
I'm pretty sure Hector would know better than to mention Athena here. And he just bites his lip and stares indignantly at this farce of a trial.
I wasn't
Your people
there.
found me. Your people found me far, far away from where this supposedly happened. I was injured myself. My only witness is Scamandrius.
I was drinking in a bar.
Mallory?
I was at a couple different clubs. They can all attest to where I was.
They gave you a nice, stern look. They clap and the darkness fades as you find yourself in the Hall of the Seers. The gods that rule this city and the pantheons that rule this city. You see there is a set of 5, but one of the chairs are empty, with its Norse symbol denoting Frey was one of these people. You see various figures. You see Morgan, red hair, luscious, floating, and a couple crows on the side, as theirs is that of the Celtics. You see Doph of the Egyptians, their books piling high, brown skin, and almost enigmatic mind shimmering in a sense, looking towards you. You also see Irma Shah of the Sumerians, in a very well business suit, a little bit older than the rest, fixing their cufflinks and looking at you, preparing to take you to the underworld of his. But in the center is a person you all know too well. Zeus, with her luscious hair, skin that is that bronze in color, and their eyes that crackle with lightning against their white pantsuit. They didn't do it. You see the other gods. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't particularly agree with that. I do not understand the logic of this. Well, if I have to explain it to you all, Mallory is a party, and they haven't killed a fly. They could talk with ghosts, doesn't mean that they indulge in making them. Marek is a drunken fool who hasn't done anything right since the death of their lover. And Hector has just got here from the smell of their corpse. They didn't do it. That's all fine and dandy, but there's a murderer on the loose. I mean, we can't necessarily go and fight it to put a danger to ourselves. I agree. The last thing I want to do is being picked out of my eye or one of my own crows. Then, before us, my fellow members, we have a decision to make. And I, for one, would like to bring up some old legislation. How old? I would like to reinstate the Doomsayer. All of them at once. It's very much of a bullshit. Hell no. Under a strict deal, these 3 will act as our Doomsayers. In exchange, since we, or at least I believe, that they are innocent, they can have a chance to find the real killer. Looks to you 3. You will be Doomsayers. This is a very sacred tradition in which you will act as our divine investigators. You say you're not the murderers, then find them. If you find them, you will be granted your deepest desires. We understand the carrot and the stick approach works well, so we will give that to you. We will help you find your lover. We will help you get to Elysium. And for you, Mallory, we can help you feel safe. Give you purpose. Find the murderer, you get all these riches and more. But fail, and you will be publicly ousted as the murderers. And serve time in Iron Part for centuries to come. Does that sound fair, my tribunal? And how about you 3? Does that sound fair to you?
You'll tell me where he is?
We will.
Then lobby all the threats you want. I don't care. That's all I want.
Mallory, what do you say, dear?
You've put us in an impossible situation.
We don't call them
What am I
Doomsayers
supposed
for
to
nothing.
Yeah.
Elysium.
To the pearly gates, my son.
For them, too.
You see, they have to look over real quick. Though goes,
I don't care for myself. I was given those gates. They're mine by right. I want them.
I decide. Agreed. All in favor, say aye. Aye, reluctantly. Aye. Hopefully it doesn't bite us in the ass. Aye. Lovely to meet you all. Zeus, aye. 4-0. From this point on, you will act as the Doomsayers. You will report your findings to us directly, and you will be given full reign with reasonable limitations to talk to other members of the Pantheon, their vassals, and their members. No one will fuck with you, for the most part. As you said, succeeding in your task means you will get whatever you desire. But you fail, you might as well kill yourself. With that, our meeting is adjourned.
I have
Fuck.
one more request.
Please.
Anytime I need a babysitter for this shit, you're paying for it.
As the camera dies away, as a new mystery has begun, and there's a murderer out there that did not just kill one god, but maybe two. And as we said in the beginning, they're gonna remember what death feels like. And that is the end of our episode today. Yay! Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you everyone for joining us for the first episode of the Doomsayer, guys. Yay! With that in mind, we're going to do the plugs and promos and whatnot. We're going to do that in reverse order here. So I'll go last as always because I am more than happy to go last. So with that in mind, Val, where can the sweet, sweet, sweet people find you out there?
Sure thing. Hi everyone, I'm Valiant Dorian. I use him, his pronouns. You can find me around the internet at Valiant Dorian or at Alto Spirit Bear. Please enjoy that lovely treasure hunt to set you on. Tonight I had the distinct pleasure of playing your tragic Trojan prince, Hector, who uses he, him pronouns. I'm a TTRPG performer, a Twitch variety streamer, TTRPG talk show host, and game designer. You can go and check out Transparent RPG on Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, where I play Sayer, the misbeloved twin brother of the Chosen One. You can check me out on Mondays on my channel where I host a show called Dicey Banter, where I talk to TTRPG creators. And you can check out my game, because if you like wolves, if you like werbeasts, and you want to fight about it, you should go check out my game called The Beast Within. The quick start guide is available now on my itch page. And with that, I am passing it over to our Mallory of the Hour.
Hello. I forgot everything about myself. Hi, I'm Calamity. I played Mallory today. My pronouns are she, they. Their pronouns are she, her. You can find me all over the internet as Hey Calamity with 3 Ys at the end. I am a tabletop performer and producer. I also do a lot of work in gosh, my brain is breaking because this was incredible and I'm processing all the trauma and hotness that happened.
Narrative design, video games, narrative design.
I do. I help make video games happen, and love every single thing that involves storytelling. So I do a bunch of different stuff. And if you want to catch what any of that is, you can find me. Like I said, Hey Calamity with 3 Ys at the end. Yeah. Okay.
Oh gosh. Hi everybody, I'm Kai. I use he, they, and she pronouns. You can find me all over the internet as Estelle of Imladris, and I've had the time of my life playing Merrick, also known as Patroclus, beloved of Achilles. Oh, on this lovely premiere. You can find me tomorrow over on Happy Jacks RPG, playing another ridiculous gay person, Road in Outrunners, who is just a bird guy who's totally useless. I love him so much. So you can see me tomorrow over there. You can see me, you can hear me on No Quest for the Wicked on Wednesday, our second episode of our Tales of the Valiant series. The Loom of Severed Strands drops on Wednesday, where I'm playing just a cute little druid who's just a little guy. And he might turn into an onkeg quite a few times. And then very, very soon with Val, you can find me back over on Transplanter RPG in the Chaos Protocol, where I play everyone's pop, a very different energy than Merrick, Mr. Zanin Esh. And we'll be back soon over there doing more fun things. But in the meantime, you can find me here doing this, screaming about Greek mythology and all the other mythologies and every pantheon and everything about Weird World, because Chris, this rocked.
Lovely, lovely. And that leaves me. Hello, everyone. I was your MC for these preceding evenings. We got a whole season of this bad boy ahead of you, so make sure you're following Taíno Tales. But also, this isn't the only premiere we're doing this week. As Wednesday, we have done Urban Fantasy. We'll do High Fantasy on Wednesdays with the Stuart Roar. We got a lovely cast there, all wonderful folks. The messiest of the messiest I could find. So it's going to be a good time, and believe me, the drama's going to be there. So follow Taíno Tales on its Twitter while it's still alive, and you can follow me on Twitter while it's still alive. Over on VO_Cologne. That's COLON. There we go. Gotta spell my last name right. But with that in mind, thank you for everyone tuning in, and we can't wait to solve this murder with you. With next week, more Doomsayers. But until then, everyone, have a lovely night. Bye-bye.
Bye.